Better late than never. That's just what happens when you start running around because the kids are coming back today. I'm a terrible person for doing that, but I hope you're good. But we'll just get straight in. Lots of fun things to talk about today with everything that's going on in the papers and little bits of news. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's just get on with it. By the way, see that friendship affirmation in haiku there? I mean every word. Absolutely every word. Anything that I can ever do for anybody that I care about is something that's always been in my personal mantra for life. I'm being perfectly serious about that. So yeah, and I put a little window. Did you see that? I put a little window in the... I'll just... Hang on, let me just... See, there's a little window of Mo. Oh, no, hang on, now we need to change this back again. I don't want that playing, hold on. There was a little window of Mo in the intro now. It's just funny, just so I can dance to that music. I like that music. I do indeed. Good morning, Pickles. How are you? Yeah. Yeah. So, this morning, today's Wednesday the 1st of July. We've made it all the way to July. 3 days until America's Independence Day. What's going to happen with the parties that you guys have over there and quarantine and stuff? You know, I've been worried sick about that. So I'm going to ask all the people that I care about in America, be good. Be good, be safe. Celebrate the crap out of it. Okay, but please be good. And it's a Saturday as well. I mean, come on. It's a big old deal. It's a big old deal. I remember being in America once for 4th of July, and wow, what a time, what a party. It was good. It was good fun. It's also my mum's birthday on Sunday. Woohoo! Happy birthday, Mama! If you're watching. Yes. We know my mum will be 102 years old on Sunday. Indeed. She will slap me around for saying that. She doesn't want anybody to know. Oh, sorry? It's 103. Alright, very good. Yeah. She'll be, if she's watching there, she'll be choking on her coffee, spraying it all over the place. Indeed, because she can't answer back until she comes onto the chat. Yeah, so it's Grandma's birthday, so we'll be having a birthday meal with her on Sunday, probably, depending, unless she wants to sit in her garden and do stuff. But there you go. There you go. What else? I finished, I told you yesterday, I don't know if I told you this, but Twinkie and myself did I've been working on a bit of a collaboration, her art and my poetry, and I'm virtually finished the video using her art. I've only got 2 more verses of the poem to overlay, so I'm going to let her see it first, because I need to do the voiceover next, and I'll be doing the voiceover with the big microphone. Hang on. Where's my soundboard? There it is. I'll be doing this with the deep sounding soft tones of Mojax Happy. Yeah. So I'll need to record it first, and then overlay my voice to where the words appear on it all. And then I need to do a little intro and a little outro. Then I need to choose some gentle music to wave through the art of words and the art on the vision that is Twinkie's piece. It's a fantastic piece. I really like it. And yes, Pickles, I have also bought her book as well. It is a remarkable looking piece of artwork that is there. Seriously, it's something to be proud of. She's done a crap load of work. I mean, I've known this young lady for 2 months, 2.5 months, and I totally admire her work. It's a very genuine and honest woman that's there, that has very good values, and she's very dedicated to her craft, putting her ability to produce original artwork aside. Her values are an inspiration to getting things done. It's like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to get the project done, it needs to be perfect, and bang, it's done. So I would highly recommend. Yesterday I think that I put out the link for it. Hold on a second, I'm going to stick her link in again here. Let me just go to Amazon. Amazon, there we go. I'm going to pull up her link and stick it in here because I think it's important that we support this young lady. Twinkie the Llama. Bang. There it is there. Fantastic. Okay. It's a big long link, but it's so worth it. And for anybody, it's a massive link. Anybody interested in going and picking up Twinkie's book, that is the link to it. I think that I might actually start including Twinkie's link, and also there's also my link. I have a link too. Hold on a second. I have if you go to hold on, because I have a little book too, and we've got a special link for it now to go to Amazon. I can't remember how to do that. Oh yes, there we go. Radio Apocalypsa. Have I spelled that right? No, it's right in the middle of the thing, Mo, for God's sake. www.radioapocalypse.live, spelled wrong, .live /20. This is not as beautiful to look at as Twinkies, but it is my very first little book of I don't know whether that'll work. Yes, it does work as a link. Amazing. Right, so that there is a link that basically is like a forwarding thing to save me doing massive links. That takes you to my little book called 20, which, if you enjoy poetry, it's there. It's not designed for me to make a profit or anything like that. This was something for me to get over my fear of publishing written words. Okay, and basically it marks 12 months of my life in words. In fact, you know what? I'm going to read. I will read today from 20 because I'm allowed to, because it's my book. I'm going to read to you the inside cover and the first poem, which I've actually read to you already, but I will read the blurb and the first poem today. Okay, we will do that at the end after we've done the papers. And yeah, I suppose we better get on with it. And look, the thing is as well, alright, I've got this big picture sitting just to, is it to the left of me? Hold on, let me just bring up the camera to, oh look, so it's, yeah, to the left of me, just there. Where's my hand? Here it is, yes, hi. No, that's me. That's the way we're going. Yes, here we are. That picture there, that's about tonight. Tonight we are doing the human condition, and we're going to do grief and despair. Okay, the things that grief and despair make us do. It's probably going to be a relatively short one in comparison to the other things, because grief and despair are very similar in behaviours, because they're both things that we can't actually control. We can choose to accept, but we can't control. A lot of other emotions and things we can choose to tone it down a little bit. It's more difficult with grief and despair. So grief and despair is what we're going to do tonight. But let us move into the papayers. Okay, now anybody that's watching in the background today, please feel free to interact. Feel free to what's it called, to say to just to join in and talk to us anytime you want. I'll always come back to the chat when we have a little breaks and chat in depth about what is going on in the papers. But let's bring up the papers just now and have a mouthful of coffee as well. Oh my goodness. I'm mucusy again this morning. There must be cold viruses going around. I don't know. Anyway. Right. Good Morgan. Morgan. I love saying that. Morgan, I just want to say we are one person away from moderation. And Solway is in the house too. I know it's Solway because Solway likes to shout upon entering the room. Hi, I am Solway Firth. I shout lots. There you go. Anywho, right. Let's hit the papayers. The papayers. Right. We're looking at, in the wake of Leicester, there appears to be more local lockdowns on the way. The Guardian says this. I quite like the Guardian. I think the Guardian's quite a good newspaper. Why am I yawning? Did you know I went to my bed at 8 o'clock last night? 8 o'clock. And that was me. right the way through, I've had like almost a whole 10 hours sleep. I must have needed it. I really did. Must have needed it. Anyway, The Guardian leads with a warning from scientists and public health directors that more local lockdowns could be on the way after restrictions were lightened again in Leicester. What? They were lightened again following the rise in coronavirus cases. After restrictions were tightened. Ah, I missed a little stroke above on the T. Tightened. I need to go and get new glasses. That looks like lightened. That looks like tightened. Lightened. Tightened. Shout. Ah, there's a song about that, Solway. Shout, shout, let it all out. These are the things I can do without. Come on. There you go. Oh my God, there we go. I can't believe Morgan and I did exactly the same thing at virtually the same time. Oh my God. Ah, that's it. Morgan, you're getting your... How do I make Morgan a moderator on this? Because she needs to be a mod. Yeah, there you go. I will figure that out. Morgan, you probably know. You need to be a mod. I've got Barry as a what's it called, a manager on the YouTube channel to keep me right. But moderation is like, you know, come in and you can do other things as well. I drop links in and, you know, all sorts of stuff. So yes, somebody tell me how to make somebody a mod on this. I have no idea how to do it. And she's coming in to do it. We've talked about this already. And as far as I'm concerned, I want her to be one as of right now. So there you go. He needs it, I mean. Yes, indeed. Right, Morgan, when you are ready, you tell me how to make somebody a mod on this, and I'll do it straight up. Right, anyway, back to the papers. Ding, ding. Where are we? Preparing to open on Saturday. But parts of Kent, London, North Wales and Scotland are still dealing with significant COVID-19 outbreaks, according to the paper. Yeah, we might be having outbreaks, but I'm pretty sure that if I was to go and look up stuff, let's have a look at COVID-19 Scotland. I would like to say we had 4 straight days of not having any deaths. Let me just look it up here. Look at it up. 5 hours ago, that'll do. 3 people died yesterday. Oh my God, such a shame. Oh, we were doing so well. Bless. It's crazy. Right, okay. Let's move on with the papers anyway. Lockdown cities mayor broke lockdown. He looks like he should be a bad guy. Oh, let me bring it up a wee bit more. He should be a villain in a movie, like a Mr. Bond. This is your nemesis speaking here. Yes. Anyway, right. Lockdowns. This is Leicester's mayor, I think. Meanwhile, the Metro reports the mayor of Leicester is facing calls to resign after breaking lockdown in April and May. What? When he spent several nights at his girlfriend's home. Yes, you should resign, you idiot. But there you go. Ridiculous. Honestly. Why do officials think that they can get away with it? Why do they think that they're above the case? You know? It's unbelievable. It's a simple thing, people. You may well survive, and more people are surviving this disease. It's not the deaths or the disease that's the problem. It's the ridiculous transmission rates. It is highly contagious, and if you get it, you're playing the odds of severe illness, particularly maybe scarring on your lungs for life, okay, and death. Alright? That is the way that it is. Okay, you cannot do anything about that if you get it. So the only thing you need to do is be sensible. It's insane. So and the maths are dead easy. If you have coronavirus and you're walking around, the chances are you are going to infect at least 3 people. So if you take it at the minimum, 3 people, all right, just 3, okay? If you take it at that, and then they infect 3, and then they infect 3, and by the time you go 9 deep, that's 59,700 and a few people in change infected, and that can happen within a week. That is why you have your self-isolation for a week and for 2 weeks in a household. If you live on your own, you self-isolate for a week, and if you show no symptoms, technically you're okay. You could be asymptomatic, alright? But the reason that families lock down for 2 weeks is so it gives an opportunity for the other members of the household to present symptoms as well. Now, that might not have been clear in the UK, but to me that it was common sense, all right? But you know what I mean? Come on. And Pickles is saying there's a resurgence in what's it called, in certain states. I mean, what? Why do people not give a shit? You know, why do people just not give a shit? It's a disease. I'm shielding. I don't know what's going on. I'm supposed to be getting a phone call from my work. I'll be phoning them today because they need to be telling me what's going on. I'm supposed to be shielding till the end of July. Am I going to get paid? You know, I phoned them a way back in the middle of June, and I'm supposed to have had a phone call by now about it all. Because if I'm not going to get paid, I will have to get the doctor to put a letter for me to be signed off sick for this duration so I can get paid. And it just means that, you know, I'll have a week on, what's it called? On the statutory sick pay, which is a big chunk of money out of my wages, which is kind of very frustrating. But I mean, that's almost like a quarter of my wage gone for the month if that happens. 1 second, I'm just typing something in here and then we'll move back on to the papers. Right, very good. Right, and oh no, we don't.
This was just part of an experiment.
We do not want an advert. We want to read it in the background so I can look really cool. Right, okay. Is that a chat? Yes, it is. That's good. Right, good. Right, let's move on with the next set of papers. Look. Live in lockdown Leicester and run out of bog roll. Why not stick to the rules like decent folk? Simply wear our tried and tested face mask and get out for a drive. We hear there is plenty of toilet paper at Barnard Castle. Yeah, that is brilliant. That face mask there, right, is our Dominic Cummings. Yes, indeed, Dominic Cummings. What a twat. We know how we feel about him. It's just ridiculous. He's a first-rate idiot. I might actually have to go and buy the Daily Star and make that mask. But that's good. I'm quite impressed with that, to say the least. It's one of those things when you look at it. Oh no! See, there's some music coming up again. We don't want you. That's good. Right. Right. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to. I'm trying to read the papers and look at how to make a comments a moderator type person in YouTube. Does anybody know how to do that? Okay. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Anything in the comments? Right. nothing in the comments there. If anybody knows how I can make somebody a moderator in YouTube with live commands, let me know, please. That would be very helpful. Right, anyway. Yeah, the Bogrol Bandits are back in the front page of the Daily Star. The paper says hoarding Luro is back on the agenda in Leicester as it becomes the first city to enter a local lockdown. Wow, crazy, crazy. Alright, okay. Thank you, Morgan. Let's have a wee look if I hover the name. Hold on. No, hang on. Oh, there's little buttons at the side there. No. There's. It's not letting me hover. There's the 3 dots. Yes, if I click on the 3 dots, it's got report, remove. It's got report, remove, put user in time. I think that must be timeout. Or hide user on this particular thing, which I don't want to do. Oh, hang on. There's a big... It's because that's better. It's got more if I go up the page. It's because it was... There we go. Hang on. Watch this. Boom. Morgan, say something. Say something, Morgan. Put it on, my friend. Just check it out. Anyway, we'll continue to check that out afterwards. Ah, yes. Ta-da! Hang on. Hold on. Where is it? Come on. Morgan Riley, you are a moderator. You are blue. Your moderation rights here are to help promote the wonderful world of Radio Apocalypse. Stop people being assholes in the chat. We have never had a single asshole in the chat, okay? And we will talk later in Discord about all the do's and don'ts, because I'm very much a pro-lifey, freedomy type person here, where people should be allowed to express themselves, but if they start being a dickhead, we are not going to have them chatting. But we're not the secret police, okay? It's for things about leading the chat, leading the community, directing people to different things. If I'm talking about, say, my book and I forget to put a link on it, or if I'm talking about Twinkie's book and I forget to put a link up, that's the sort of thing that we do. And I am not your boss. We're partners in this, my friend, okay? Alright, we're partners in this. You're volunteering to be a community helper on YouTube, and it's only there for as long as you want to do it and as long as I want you to do it. Okay, that's it. And if for any reason your blueness times out, I'll just renew it. Okay, I don't know how long it lasts for, if I've got to do it every single chat or whatever. But I'm very happy. We've always interacted in a very positive manner. You are a very positive person in my eyes. I think that you'll be an asset to the community from a sort of a leadership point of view, taking things on. We talked about this a week ago, and I said when I hit 220 subscribers, I want another moderator in. We actually hit 219 yesterday. Let me just double check. I'm just going to go check. Hold on, where is it? No, we want to go to YouTube Studio, you idiot. God, what's wrong with my clickiness today? Oh, yeah. 218. 218. We lost a subscriber since this morning. That's amazing. Okay, so, but that's what happens. But I'm very happy to have you in doing what you do here, to be perfectly honest. And I don't want you to ever think that you're not welcome. This is a very positive community. It's something that I'm proud to have brought people together who enjoy the free thinking aspects of what Radio Apocalypse is about, that enjoy my rants, that can put up with my sort of like my extrovert and put up with the fact that I'm a bit eccentric. Eccentricities is the word I was looking for. And know that I'm honest and have integrity. That's what this is about, okay? And I believe that you hold those same values, Morgan, and a passion for other things, that we've got enough in common to make it work, okay? And we've got enough differences to make it interesting. Oh, look, there's a camera there. Where did that come from? Dear me, it's all wrapped around wires. That's one of my other cameras that I keep spare. This is going to be one for the kitchen that I've been testing. Right, good. Yeah, so we've got enough differences. What, you derailed the stream yesterday, did you? Why did you derail the stream? I'll take your moderation away if you derail the stream. No, I'm only joking. No, it's a straightforward case of, like, we've got enough in common with our values to make it work, and enough differences to make it interesting. That's the sort of people that I like to hang out with. If you have too much in common, then it can get a bit boring, okay? Barry and I have got an incredible amount in common, okay? But we've also got a ridiculous amount in differences as well. So him being one of my closest and bestest friends, I would say most of my best friends in the world are pretty much like that, because I learn from them as well. You know, we should not be sitting on when I'm ranting like this. We should be on that window like that. Okay, medication. Oh dear, right. Have you taken your medication, Morgan? Okay, for goodness sake. We all need to take our pills. These are the Mojax Happy pills. Not because they make me happy. Wish they did. But because they stop me eating myself. Okay. Let's go back to the papers. And continue with the showy show. Yeah, that's very true, Morgan. If you hang around, it sounds like an echo chamber. It can be fun for a while, you know. If you're in with a couple of your friends that you're so identical, it's ridiculous. But eventually it does get boring. Okay, the Daily Telegraph. The heat on PHE as PM admits response is sluggish. Now look at that for a fashion show. Hold on, we've got a way of making this picture bigger. Look at that. Oh yes, here we go. Oh, I love it. Look at that. I like that. That's kind of arty. It's kind of what was that show? It was, they're doing another season, or the other season might be out now. The Handmaid's Tale. You know? The Handmaid's Tale. Do you not think that looks like the fashion show for the people in The Handmaid's Tale? That's brilliant. I really like that. I quite like the red masks. I think I'm going to get a red mask, a red reusable mask, bright red. That's crazy. It's wild. Yeah, morning, Nyla. Morgan is now a moderator. I promised moderation rights to our Morgan, and he's going to do a great job. I just know he is. It's going to be something special, wonderful, in fact. Beyond anything else, you have my 100% support in looking after the integrity of the channel here, Morgan. And you listen, you can, like Nyla, you're perfectly within your moderation on YouTube rights to come and say to me if you think that I'm done something wrong. Alright? If I've made spelling mistakes, if I forget to do something in the stream, like talk about tomorrow night's show or something, you're allowed to send reminders, because I'm a man and I forget shit. Alright? That is how it is. Okay? That's how it is. Right, anyway, let's move on. I'm greatly admiring the redness of this fashion show. I really like that. It is The Handmaid's Tale, though. Anyway, let's see what it says. Okay, the Daily Telegraph says, Public Health England's future has been thrown into doubt. Wow. After the Prime Minister suggests parts of the government's response to the coronavirus crisis has been sluggish. Let's get something straight, Mr. Johnson. It boils down to your friggin' leadership, mate. Oh dear, here it comes, I can feel it. I can feel it. Okay. The example is set from the top down, okay? And I hate to say it, okay? You were underprepared, okay, and overconfident in your abilities to deal with this, Mr. Johnson. And there is no doubt on this planet, in my mind, in this Scotsman's mind, that you are a perfect example of a narcissistic asshole, and you're stupid with it as well. All right, you are just stupid because you don't care. You have no empathy. Okay, I want to say something to you, Mr. Johnson. How would you feel if your new baby got this as a result of your leadership? Okay, I mean, come on. There is hundreds of people whose children have actually turned round and got this, and you're like, oh yes, very sorry about that. How would you feel if it was your kid? Okay, and it could be directly linked with your inability to actually deal with this crisis effectively. Okay, if it was like directly linked to your ability to back up your buddy in the back rooms, backing up the buddy in the back rooms, backing up the buddy in the back rooms, backing up the buddy in the back rooms. Backing up the buddy. Right, enough of that. Okay, but I mean, I would feel shit. I would feel really, 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 really bad. All right, if I did something that directly affected the well-being of my children. Okay, that's just my family, right? I would feel just as bad, but more responsibility, okay, for dealing with that on a national level, you know, on the national level. There's blood on your hands, Mr. Johnson. You know, there's blood on your hands, and let's just take a look at that there. That to me is now officially a representation. In fact, do you know what? If anybody knows if there's any companies or organizations that are making gourmet masks, all right? Okay, I would love to make red mask with blood on your hands, hashtag blood on your hands, over the front of that. Okay, as a thing. I'm going to find it. Listen, anybody know any good merch things? I want to make some merch, okay? I don't like that word. I've never thought about doing it before, but I'm feeling that protesting merchandise is probably a good way to effectively put things out, and I'm going to make them as cheap as possible. Okay, so we need to find a merch company that I can just put designs on. I'm not going to buy a shitload of stock and send it out. I don't want to do that. Okay, I want a company that will do it all, but do it as cheap as possible for people and ship globally. All right, so if anybody knows any people that do that, any companies that do that, please contact me through Discord, and we'll get that set up. I'm also going to do some of my daughter's designs on stuff just for fun, but I want to have, I think red should be the colour. We should choose bright red for the protest things, okay, and it should be hashtag blood on your hands, and then we'll have the fun things of like hashtag it's a thing, okay. Teespring, okay, right, good. Right, we're going to look at this, okay? Send me any links you possibly can for this, and I will get a site set up for it. I will do that before the end of the week. That is second on my to-do list. Finish the thing with Twink, and then get everything else done. Because I think that and any ideas for merch as well. I did one, in my infancy, when my brother said, here, you need to set up merch and everything like that, I kind of felt itchy. It's like when people say, here, where can I donate to your channel? I'm like, oh, I don't want you to donate to my channel. I do this for fun, you know. Buy my book if you want to do something. And not that I make any money from it, but it means that it looks better in my reports for sales. Okay, and the second book's just is I need to wait for my son to come back today so I can get Microsoft Word working so I can format it. You know, that's what it's about. But this is not about making money for me. If I had like 100,000 followers or subscribers or whatever you want to call them, it might be different. You know, it's but there you go. Right, anyway, let's get back to the blood-stained fashion show there. Amazing, I like that. The Eye, biggest change to planning laws since war. Vacant shops can be converted into houses without needing planning permission. That's amazing. Fast-tracked approval for loft conversions under new rules from September. That's amazing. Reforms intended to ignite economy and make brownfield development easier. I said this yesterday or the day before. Brilliant. Job warning. With UK still waiting for economic aftershock from COVID-19. Yep. Critics say 5 billion of accelerated spending in roads and rail and schools is too little. Yeah, it is. But do you know something? I'm going to say, Mr. Johnson, okay, your team has come up with some good ideas there. I am all for, like, making sure that, you know, we have more houses. I mean, vacant shops getting turned into places for people to live. That's great. That is great. Wow, you know. Right, last pill for the medication. Again, the funny thing is, all the things that Boris is saying there is what Labour were wanting to put into place in their manifesto in December 2019. Boris' deal is not enough to save jobs. It probably isn't. But do you know something? Okay, here we go. Let me just say this, right? Yesterday, I had a big extended rant about how for the government stroke socialism, socialist, for the people stroke socialist, for the people stroke socialist, government should manage civilization and be paid for by the fair taxation of the businesses through a capitalist economy, all right, that does not exploit anybody. At the top of the capitalist economy, there has to be, this is about people. That is it. As long as you're not taking advantage of people, you can do what the fuck you want to make money, all right? But you cannot take advantage of people or rape the planet, okay, for things. That is how it works. Right? So as long as we have ethical and moral values in place across the board between the socialist government and the capitalist economy, okay, that is the playing field that we're operating upon. Okay, so with that in mind, okay, if I'm just taking Great Britain, okay, and we're just taking Great Britain as an example, okay, we'll just do this. Our infrastructure, oh my god, excuse me, our infrastructure really needs an upgrade, all right, from Land's End to John O'Groats, okay, and you very rarely hear me say Great Britain, but I need to say it as a set of islands just now, okay, or we could just say Scotland. Let's just do an independent Scotland, and then I don't feel like I'm coming out in hives talking about Great Britain, okay. So in an independent Scotland, if we worked to this economy and the businesses all knew what the taxation was going to be and they had all the enhancements of a good, sound business structure in Scotland, okay, such things as buying the highest grade technology for solar panels, right? It was found in a report that if we put the greatest sort of solar energy gathering panels on every roof in Scotland, even with our shit weather, there'd be an abundance of electricity to export to England. If we were to then use tidal power and switch on the hydroelectric network in the Highlands and do wind power, there would be enough energy, green energy, to supply the whole of Great Britain. We could export power into England. All right, that's one thing. Now, just with those solar panels, all right, there are jobs there in infrastructure. This is where I'm going to. This is when you look at, hold on a second, when you look at this, where it says Boris deal is not enough to save jobs, okay, when you look at that there, all right, when you have all this, somebody is going to have to fit them, somebody is going to have to maintain them, somebody is going to have to manufacture them, and somebody is going to have to look after the network of where that actually goes into the power grid things, whether it be a little panel on the side of your house that feeds yourself and then the excess goes out to the national grid. Alright, that is just jobs in the solar panel industry. Now then, let's talk about the railways in Scotland. Wouldn't it be nice to have the ring railway system? This is something that I've thought about for about 10 years. Why have we not got a circular railway system that goes right round Scotland, okay, with stations and cross parts coming off like a spider's web that goes into the part. So I could get a train from Edinburgh up to, I can do this just now, up to say Inverness, okay, or I could get it right up to Thurso, or I could go on a train in Edinburgh and stay on that train and go right the way round and come back to Edinburgh again. Now, we've got mountains to go through. It would cost billions to do it, to make the tunnels and things, but that infrastructure would then bring jobs to the rural parts of the Highlands. Okay, there are parts of land up there that you could actually have industry put upon, okay, and bring jobs to the Highlands. If it was high-speed rail, you could commute from Edinburgh to Thurso in a matter of an hour. You know, you could have an express train going up there. Okay, you could make Scotland the most forward-thinking Wakanda-like Wakanda. Is it Wakanda? I don't know. We could be an incredible example to the world in future thinking and future development. All right, and that is now jobs making the railways for at least 20 years, jobs on the railways for the next 100 years. Okay, so now we've got jobs looking after the solar panels, looking after the railways. Then we've got the roads, then we've got house building projects, then we've got the maintenance of house building projects, then we've got government farming projects. I'm telling you just now, if you put me in power, I could have everybody in a job within 4 years in this country. Okay, even people, right, that need to be looked after, that can't physically work, okay, that maybe have social inadequacies that they can't actually, or social issues, not inadequacies, that's the wrong word, social issues where they can't engage with people that suffer from anxiety and depression. Okay, how do we get those people back into doing a good job? Well, you know, we have remote working for things. There's bound to be something that we could get people to do with regards to remote home working, so they don't have to interact. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, Wakanda forever. I'm all for that. Let's make Scotland a Wakanda. And then somebody says, how do we defend our borders? I says, we have the Scottish Defence Force. Okay, and I looked into like military drones, right? Not as in the Global Hawk flying things. Yes, we would need those sort of things, but like your quadcopter, your bigger versions of the quadcopter things. You don't need to have so much like a hard border between Scotland and England if we were in Europe. Okay, you can have quadcopters, you know, patrolling the border, all right, and have them going up and down and down and up, all right. And people can be employed to look at those things. Okay, you could have the bigger versions of quadcopters and Global Hawks looking at our sea lanes. Okay, this is possible. All you need, right, to be perfectly honest, is 4 Global Hawks overlapping in circles round Scotland's 5, in fact, because you need one for the north. Okay, like patrolling Scotland's waters with their cameras to be able to see things, because we've got radar on the coast already that can pick up ships that shouldn't be in our waters. So all the things that bigger countries already do, we can do on a better, more efficient technological scale. You know, it's wonderful. That's just me. Anyway, enough ranting. Let's have a look at the chit chat, see what everybody's saying. we can't make money appear from anywhere, and then all of a sudden the money comes from nowhere. Yep, you're absolutely right there, Morgan. Okay, it's crazy, because that's what the Labour government, the potential Labour government, was criticised for. Where's the money coming from? Your infrastructure thing, it's ridiculous. What colour of lettering for the blood on your hands, Mo? Potentially, I think something that contrasts with the red on the mask. Okay, I think that I think that. And I think that I'm going to start using that blood on your hands hashtag right across my Instagram accounts. I'm going to start putting things out, not on the Radio Apocalypse one. I want to keep that pretty much for the stream and everything. I'll do one of the banners that go across 3 blocks though for it. But I think something that's bright and contrasts with it, that doesn't make it look friendly. It can't look friendly. It can't look sort of like, oh, contrasting colours of red and green. I think actually white might be the best thing for it, because the hashtag almost looks like a cross for medical signs, But yeah, I think that'd be the way to do that. Sorry, you were shouting that when I was off on a rant, Nyla. But there you go. Yet there's nothing wrong with not wanting to be socialist. I mean, you're socialist anyway, Happy Pickles, because you have free education in America. That's a socialist value, and that's the way that it is. That is a socialist value. But I'm trying not to use the word socialist, because socialist has that tag on it, which is ridiculous. I'm saying for the people, all right? So you need a government for the people. Take away the stigma of historically saying socialist. Okay, and have a government in place that puts people first. Okay, right? Free education, you have that now as it is. Universal health care, okay, paid for at the time of your wages. Okay, it works over here. Okay, it might not have worked in America so far for everything, but it works over here. It works in so many other countries. So why can't we have universal healthcare? That's a socialist value. Take away the socialist stigma, call it for the people. Okay? Why can't we have people having low taxation and businesses having higher taxation, where we basically put the soulless entities of business second, okay, above the needs of people? Okay? That is a for the people value. All right? Why can't we have free higher education for universities and things? Okay, again, all this is paid for by the proper taxation of businesses, where profit can still be made, okay, but there are no loopholes for bigger organisations not to pay their tax. Okay, so the way that works is any transaction that originates in a country. Okay, so a transaction that originates in my house for Amazon, okay, the tax is paid on that transaction in Scotland by Amazon. Okay, not hiding in an offshore, I'm registered in a different country nonsense bullshit. Okay, that's what that is. Okay, so again, that is a for the people value. Okay, some might say that it's socialist. Socialist is the wrong word to use because there's a historic stigma for it. So socialism, I get, it doesn't work in that form. But if you have a for the people attitude where you're putting people first, okay, that does work. Okay, it does work with law and order, healthcare, education, and the infrastructure of civilization. That's your roads, your railways, your internet, your electricity, your food chain supply, everything like that. If you put people first, it works. If you put people first at the top of capitalism, capitalism will not fall. Now, the only way that it will work is if you get rid of the central banks in the private business sphere that they have. They need to be independent, but they cannot control the flow of money. That needs to be done collectively from the top end business leaders and the top end government accountants and the people that are in the investment industry within the private bank sector, like the Bank of England and the Federal Reserve. Okay, so the three of them need to work together to make the economy work. But just now, the problem that we actually have is that the people at the top are exploiting the system. Okay, that is the problem with it all. If you turn round and you have a system where everybody is on board, or the majority of people are on board, okay, it will work. Like just now, the system works for that many people. Okay, for that many people, right? Because it's those people there that are set to lose a ridiculous amount. Okay, but if we made it for everybody and that became the norm, the normal thing, then those people can shout and scream all they fucking like. All right, we benefit humanity. We live in a world where, again, I'm gonna go back to this one thing that really grates on me. Okay, we live in a world where I can push a button on my phone and you hear a cheer. Okay, I can push another button and, you know, I can have a link come up on the chat. Hopefully that'll come up in a minute. Yes, I've got a tick. It'll come up in a second. All right, I can do that and it will work. All right. Where is it? Yes, there it is there. Okay, so I can do all that. I can drink out of a cup that is branded with Mr. Happy on it. All right, I can pull a pencil out of another cup. All right, I can be upset with myself for a sweetie wrapper on my desk. I have a torch in case of emergencies. Okay, I've got all these decadent goods lying around, but there's friggin' children walking 20 miles to get a goddamn bucket of water that if they drink it, it could kill them. Why do we live on a planet like that? Okay? You can't hear the cheers. Really? Hold on. Where is it? Can't hear the cheers. Can't be having that. Oh, hang on. Let's just make sure. Hold on. Can you hear them now? Haha! Now you can hear them. It's on the same channel as Discord, for Discord chat, and I had that channel kind of locked down. Let's do it again. There you are. Right. So, that is me ranting about the same political things again. I'm sorry. I feel very strongly about it. I think the world needs to change. I think that we live in a world that needs to be fixed. And we're in a massive sort of thought-provoking paradigm change with Black Lives Matter and people turning around saying things with the coronavirus changing the world, the face of the world as well. I mean, we've seen, you look out your window and the air's cleaner because of coronavirus. It kind of took a lot of the instant pollution because people were not using their cars as much, you know. So yeah, it's one of those things. It's definitely one of those things. Anyway, let's finish the papers and look for a poem to read. Oh yes, because we were going to look at that poem, the wee blurb at the start of my book and stuff. Right, okay. Bank predicts V-shaped recovery from pandemic. The Times leads on comments from the Bank of England's chief economist who say the UK is on track for a V-shaped recovery as the economy rebounds from lockdown far faster than expected. That's great. Andy Haldane said the country was already 2 months into recovery and the depth of the coronavirus recession was likely to be less than half as bad as the bank had feared in May. That's good news. I like that. Jobs will be safe, allegedly. Wonder drug will save thousands of lives. Families joy as NHS seals deal with US firm for miracle medicine to treat cruel condition. The Daily Express reports that the NHS has secured a deal with a US firm for a wonder drug for cystic fibrosis. That's good news, which will save thousands of lives. Health Secretary Matt Hancock was in tears as he told the paper that Catreo will be available on the NHS. That's great news. I like that. Cystic fibrosis is such a nasty, nasty thing. Oh, baby. Little baby. Oh, police to probe UK's worst baby ward scandal. Oh, after meal exposed scale of tragedy, dramatic intervention at hospitals where dozens died or suffered brain damage. I think there was a hospital in Scotland that needed to have a firm kick up the backside for its baby things. This is the other thing, right? Okay, we should be in that infrastructure of civilization thing that I'm talking about, right? Okay, we should never ever have to be concerned at the level of care that we would have with universal health care. All right, we should be able to know that we can be treated and looked after straight up. We shouldn't have to worry about paying for it. We shouldn't have to worry about anything. We should be nurturing the brains of our youngsters. They are the future generations. They should be able to turn round and know when they go to school that they have tremendous educational opportunities right up to PhD level and beyond that is paid for by the state. Now, I'm going to say this, right? When somebody is educated for free, right, this is where it may sound a bit draconian. If I go to university for 5 years and everything is paid for by the state, tuition fees, and I get a grant for living expenses, not for all my living expenses, but, you know, for buying books and stuff like that, right? If that's all in place and I take 5 years of government money for tuition fees, etc., I should put 5 years back of my time into civilization. Okay, I should give that time back, not the financial side of it, but the time back. So if I've gone and done, say, an accountancy degree, okay, I should do national service for 5 years at industry paid rates, not less than, but working for the government, okay, or something like that. I mean, that's not a perfect idea. It's just one of those sort of like drawn on the back of a matchbox sort of like ideas that needs to be rounded and the corners need to be smooth, it needs to be sanded off and made to look good, okay, and made to be functional. But I believe that should be the case. It would stop people, you know, you would be able to then have the skills for 5 years in Scotland, in this fictitious Wakanda like Scotland going on, all right. With that in place, there would be enough doctors and nurses and teachers and people like plumbers, builders, electricians, stuff like that, all in place to build and to do this. And we'd be continually repopulating this area with people coming out every year, because people will retire, people will graduate, and there would always be, you know, with the rebuilding of civilization and the infrastructure and everything, it would encourage people to come into Scotland from overseas as well through immigration. But yeah, there we go. That's kind of just how I feel about it. That obviously it's just an idea just now, and it should be something that we should consider for the future. Okay. US and Europe condemn Beijing for tightening grip on Hong Kong. Yeah, you know, it's politically, if we lived in a whole world in my way of doing it, that's it's something that we should consider. You know, can you imagine that on a global scale? We would have hotels on the moon. Can you imagine going to the moon for your holidays? You know, or even just a space tour, you know, in a hotel type space station that's orbiting the Earth round and round, instead of fucking fighting each other. It's crazy. That's the end of the papers. Can you believe that? What a ranty I've had this morning. Apologies for my ranties. Would you I'm going to make up in fact, I'm pretty sure we've got staff channels in Discord. Morgan, I will change your rank on Discord as well and give you access to various other channels that we use, because I will put down in there all the links to use for different things that you guys can use. So we've got the radioapocalypse.live. We've got, if you put radioapocalypse.live/YouTube/Snapchat/Instagram, it takes you to the specific ones. Even /Facebook as well. Yes, we have a little Facebook page. Can you believe that? Barry and I set that up, which is just like for us to jump on, the people that don't really come and watch us directly on Facebook or interact via Discord. There's like a private page in there as well, which is quite good. But you know, if you don't want to join that for whatever reasons, don't join it. Okay, seriously. Don't join it if you don't want to. If you want to stick and maintain your anonymity and your privacy, stick to what we've got presently. This is just to capture basically all my friends and family that don't do anything in Discord, okay, and all Barry's friends and family that don't do anything in Discord, that never will do anything in Discord. It's just another platform for putting us out there, okay. My rants give you joy. I could hug you right now. That's the first time anybody said that. Yep. So what was I saying? There was something else I was saying. What was it? Yeah, so if you put / whatever in front of that, that's the way that it'll go. /20 will take you to the Amazon page, and soon to be, once I get it set up this week, / Mo Merch. That's what we're going to call it, Mo Merch. Okay. No, there's no Barry here just now. Barry was doing some work at home yesterday. He had a phone call thing he had to deal with, and like myself, with lockdown, our sleeping patterns have been a bit weird. So basically, it will all go forward. For / links, that's a good idea as well. Listen. See, with you guys, if you, whatever you think is going to make life easier as a moderator for doing stuff like / links to everything, that's cool. We've kept the for individual things so I could direct people to that, but I think you're right, we need to have a / links one for them all. Okay, that's kind of what Radio Apocalypse Live is. You come in and you go down to the bottom of the page, you then see all the links. But there will be other little things that we do as well. I mean, we've got / Discord that takes you to a holding page that people cannot get an invitation for Discord because, well, I'm sorry, I'm kind of fussy who we let into our little eclectic community. I just like to bring you all together and know the people individually and have interacted with them and not have any blowback for any causes or anything like that with regards to who comes into it. So that's kind of the Discord rules for it all, and it works very well with what we do there, and I'm very happy for it. I think the last person that I brought into Discord was Gina, and then the time before that, God, I can't remember, to be perfectly honest. But that's how it goes. Right, I promised a little bit of chit-chatty about my book, and I'm going to read you the first page of 20, which introduces who I am, and then read the first poem, which is actually, and the blurb about the poem as well, which is a poem which I've already read to you before, but I think what we might do is we will go through all 20 of these poems, one a day for the next couple of weeks. Right, so 20. The book is called 20, and its subtitle is called The Words I Used to Woo. And it's by me, Murray Vicentin. That is my real name. I don't mind saying it because I'm not afraid to hide anything, and I need to use my real name for the books. So who am I? At the time of writing this, I was a 48-year-old man, a father to 4, a husband to 1, and a survivor of a particularly nasty throat cancer. All my life I've been a dreamer, both in the days and nights. I love the science fiction worlds of Star Wars and Star Trek, the world creation of Lord of the Rings, and the magical limitless world of Harry Potter in my later years. I've always dabbled with writing and telling stories, and at the same time I've always created my own boundaries to limit myself to bring my creations to completion. When I realised I was my own worst enemy, I did absolutely nothing to overcome it. I'm not proud to say that years have now passed since I first put together my concept for my stories, and still there is nothing for you to read. This is truly a shameful thing, for an imaginative, daydreaming man with a talent for telling stories. Now, though, I can say that the universe has shone upon me the light of confidence, evaporating the complacency that I've been comfortable in. The demons are being exorcised one by one, and this small but thoughtful book of 20 poems will exorcise another. It is not often that inspiration walks into your life. Sometimes in the form of a small inanimate object, sometimes it is the cool caress of moonlight upon a still lake. However, when it comes in the form of a person, the inspiration is personified and becomes more than mere inspiration. It becomes muse. I met a wonderful woman in 2015. She brought out my confidence and inspiration, and that has been suppressed for so long. I was allowed to be the artist I have always been, and yes, it is now 2020, and yes, this is still my first book, but understand, I have written and created words of prose, and as I shared time and space with my muse. These 20 pieces that lay ahead are only 20 of the hundreds I have written and sent to my Russian princess over the years. This is one of the reasons she fell in love with me, and also another reason I can now call her my wife, and the mother of my 4th beautiful child. Ahead of you are the words that simply constructed into lines and stanza, with a beat and rhythm aligned prose. Some may seem childish and direct, others with an allegory to enlighten. If you wish to interact with me directly, you may do so upon any of my social media. Reference to them are at the end of this book. I really hope you enjoy my words. So that there was my little blurb of everything that was at the start of the book. Okay, and every day we will read now a poem from that book. Starting with one that I wrote, the very first poem that I wrote for Olia, and this is I'll read it to you, the little bit of blurb behind it. In fact, I'll read the poem first. It's called A Thistle Alone. A thistle alone, she could not bloom, looked down to her past where there was an old wound. The result, her heart, a prisoner entombed, nobody quite understood. Once plucked from the ground and left there to burn, ever hoping to find herself and once more return to the beautiful place and trust once more to earn of someone who would make her feel whole. One step at a time, it would take quite a while for the happiness to return to her smile, the whole experience an emotional trial, but survive it all she would. And one day all of this would be in her past, lessons learned, a bright future unsurpassed, welcoming something new that would last. This thistle would once again bloom. I wrote that in 2015. It was the first poem that I sent my future wife. And there's an interesting story. This is exactly what is written in the book. There's an interesting story behind this poem. It was the first poem I sent to my lady. We had spent a number of weeks talking via WhatsApp and on Skype, and one long Saturday night video chat marathon, we opened up to reveal our common past. Everyone is the sum of their experiences, and everyone will experience disappointment and heartache at some point in their lives. This can either galvanize you by taking you into a risk with someone new, or destroy the trust completely, never allowing another soul to enter your heart. The grey area in between is the area most navigated by people though. Both my lady and myself experience the extremes and the grey area too. So after mutual confessions of our past, I felt the elevation of Muse come over me for the first time, and penned this to let her understand I had complete empathy with her past. She was impressed with the words and told her friends and colleagues of her newfound Scottish poet friend. Cynical remarks and belief that the words were plagiarised from the World Wide Web were shared amongst her friends. How wrong could they have possibly been? I like poetry. I like words. It makes me all gooey and warm inside. Let's have a look. There you go. Good. Right. How long have we been on for? Have I gone over my... Dear God, an hour and 15 minutes. Mind you, I was late on. Okay, so there we go. Today's plan. Oh God, my buttocks have gone all tingly. I've been sitting on this wooden chair without a cushion today. Old man buttocks. Wake up, butt. Wake up. Right. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure having you all again. I do enjoy your company. I really do. I think we've got a gentle audience. I think what's really quite remarkable in the grand scheme of everything is that if I go just now, let's just have a quick look at videos. I'm not one, I like looking at numbers. I like thinking, wow, how many people wow, so many people have watched that. That's amazing. I like looking at things like that. But it's not important to me because this is not about a money-making scheme. For me, I enjoy the interaction, the sociability of it all. I used to play World of Warcraft for the same reasons. I used to role play in World of Warcraft, and every Friday night I would role play on it. But let me say just now that I look at the numbers on my YouTube videos and see where I can gain more people to come in audience-wise. I have to do that from because I do want to grow the audience. I mean, it's only natural to want to have a reach to see more people. So I look at the live things. I've got access to all the analyticals. Like for instance, yesterday we had I think 2 or 3, maybe it was a wee bit more people in than 2 or 3, but 7 people in. Okay, but we get a larger watch back rate of it. So far from yesterday's show, 22 people have watched it, 35 people have watched the Flash Gordon one, 40 people watched the Human Condition. The Human Condition is the most popular show that we do, when we talk about the feelings that we all share and the things that we actually go ahead and do and don't do. We've had, there's another, the Positive Paradigm, 53 playback views. This is great for me. I enjoy this, and it means that I'm reaching people after the live shows as well, and that's really important. It sounds stupid, but it's kind of important because I think that I've got a reasonably positive message, and I kind of like that. I really do. We've just reached 2,000 views in 28 days when I look at the analytics. We have had 6,500 views since the start of 2020, and our watch time in 2020 is 942 hours. That's amazing. We're up 168 subscribers since the start of the year. That is astounding. I am blown away. 131 views in the past 48 hours. See these numbers, when you look at those, it's not an ego thing for me. It's like I'm reaching these people. People are either agreeing or disagreeing, but because it's like it's a slow inclination going up, it means that I'm reaching people with a positive message and they're sticking around. And I would rather grow slowly like that than go fucking viral and not be in control of it. Okay, not that I'm a control freak, but I would rather sort of like be able to be consistent. Okay, the video, let's have a quick look at my latest sort of content video, which is the one about Cognac. If you've not watched that, you need to watch it. It's friggin' hilarious. Okay, that's been up since the 29th, which was Monday, and that's had 32 views. Oh, there's 2 comments there. Let's see what the comments are. Equilibrium's commented, Cognac is just oozing charisma. Yeah, he is, you know. And Jason as well, he's a true legend, one of a kind. Let me just do a little heart on both of them and a thumbs up to their comments as well. You know, I'm really, really lucky. I really, really am lucky. I consider myself to be privileged in having you guys hanging around with me. Okay, you're all a bunch of really cool people, and I enjoy your company. I think about yous when I'm not doing live stream, okay? And I think that I should regularly do daily things when I'm not streaming on Snapchat more, because that's a nice, easy, friendly thing that I can carry around in my phone, and you know, and be able to do that. Solway, your words really touch me. Really. It really does. You'll always be here. If you will always have, I'll always have you, Solway. Listen, it's not up to me, okay? I'm going to be doing this, and there'll be days where I might not be able to do it if I'm ill or something happens with family, because obviously the real world, my real world impact with my family, my job and things like that always have to come first. And when I go back to work, the channel will have to evolve slightly, because I might not be able to rant as long as this, because I don't have the luxury of time. Okay, however, if I win the lottery, then I'll be doing more of this, you know. But the chances of that are a billion to one. Okay, but the point I'm trying to make is, okay, we will evolve when I go back to work. The reason I started my shows at 10:30 at night is because I finish my work at 10 o'clock at the very latest. Okay, and I'm 5 minutes walk away. I can come home, I can have a quick cup of coffee, I can just push a couple of buttons and set up and be doing the show. Alright, and that's cool. The earliest I start in the morning is about 7:30, so we may have to click back to a 5:45 start and have the show only going on for 45 minutes strictly, and I might have to strictly cater to the morning show to 20 minutes of papers, 20 minutes of ranting, and 5 minutes of interaction. Nonsense. But there is always going to be that sort of evolution of real world mechanics, the mechanics of life, and the mechanics of being here with you guys. And you know, if we've got to do morning shows like 2 or 3 times a week as opposed to like 6 days a week, then that's fine. That's what we have to do. But to be able to sort of like do stuff with you guys via Snapchat and stuff as well is also good fun. So if you go to www.radioapocalypse.live/Snapchat, you will actually be able to see my Snapchat details and join in the fun there too. That's where, when I'm out in the garden barbecuing, I always Snapchat the stuff, so you can always see what I'm grilling and everything. So please go and have a wee look at the old Snapperoni. Okay, we're done. Now I have what is that, the one there? No, that's the one there. Right, hold on, I need to move the camera slightly this way because I think that I have music that plays on this one now. Hold on, do we? Is there music coming? Hang on, yes there is, hold on. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is my see you later alligator page now. Incidentally, the Cognac video, right, it actually shows Cognac singing the outro music that I should actually play more in the evenings without the guitar. The guitar was done by Barry. He overlaid the guitar and made that whole piece with Cognac singing. So you'll see Cognac actually sing it live. Well, not live, pre-recorded now, but where it all came from. So go and have a look at the video. It's the first, should be one of the first videos that you come across. It's got a picture of Cognac on the thumbnail, you can't miss it. Okay, listen, back tonight 10:30 for The Human Condition. It's going to be about grief, and what's grief and the other thing? Okay, I want to talk about grief and how it affects us and our behaviours. It's a positive thing. Grief's a very good thing. You need grief to be able to move on. You know, if we didn't have grief, we wouldn't be human. We'd be heartless, soulless, people without empathy and without morals. Okay? You guys are great. We will see you tonight. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. We need to do... I had the wrong thing set up. Where is it? That's solo ending. I've lost it. Music ending. Here we go. I'll speak to you all later.